is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see, a playoff team from last year, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bulldogs offense will take the first swing of the game. Blowouts in rivalry games can be the result of a number of factors. Sometimes teams start pressing, sometimes it just gets away, sometimes they didn't have the right mindset. The last time they got together, lopsided. What happens this time, David?
But either way, last time affects this time.
There he goes!
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
Got his man! And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Fires to the right. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Really nice job by the defender knocking that one away in man coverage. And he knew coming into this one that he was going to get attacked and they were going to throw his way. So he's showing you right now. He is dialed in, locked in. Really nice job on that cover.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
But this defense was ready for go-go. So it's against this receiver at his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up. But if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Mississippi State going up tempo. They needed a bunch on fourth down, and boy, did they get it.
And I get aggressiveness. We get aggressiveness. We want to be aggressive, take shots down the field. First half, they felt like fourth and long. No big deal, and they get it. I imagine we'll get a few more of those.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. Look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Unloads to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Eaton. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. To the air on first down. Got it set up on the outside. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So LSU's out offense has the ball for the first time. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollock, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires complete on the crosser. Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
Looking to the big tight end. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, LSU!
And you gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. They can do so many different things. He does a good job. He slips behind the defense. Defense doesn't know where he went. And what does he do? He gets in for 6.
And they did tack on the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. Catch in the middle, it's Cantrell. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play and they pick up a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down. And they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Mississippi State right back to the line. Let's take just a minute and talk about Mississippi State. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. I want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with second and short. Motion from the wide receiver. The give to the back. Fights off the defender. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Firing to the right, complete. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. He might want another play. To the air on second down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A third and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And as they come to the line here, they're passing on a surefire field goal attempt. They'd better pay it off with 6. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get you. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Complete downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Pulls it in. It's Pryor. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. And the Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
The Tigers come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. A strike downfield. Touchdown, Tiger! He got a step and just dusted the field. Extra point here will tie the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. They're going to open this drive with a pass. It's complete to the right. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. Mississippi State going up tempo. They'll run it out of the shotgun. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Lining up from the 34 on first down.
Oftentimes when offenses get a first down, that's when they like to speed up the tempo, and you're seeing them now go hurry up.
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top. Using the back as a receiver on the screen.
He didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If you could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third.
Makes the grab past the marker. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Second down, he'll throw it. Caught in the backfield. It's Tamatova. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. The Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Plucks it out of the air. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
I love the awareness by the DB. Great job, man. It's in your own end zone. You see the ball, you break on it. I'm not trying to catch that thing. I'm trying to swat it down. Make sure I don't give up the touchdown. Nice awareness by the DB.
Makes the grab on third. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they will score! Touchdown, Bulldogs! They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. Makes a move. He's got it out. One little mistake in your kick coverage unit against this dude, and you are in a world of trouble, and they were barely able to keep him from scoring. Great place to start for this offense. Finds his tight end. Makes his man miss. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Let's it fly. Touchdown, LSU. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. The extra point here would tie the game.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Duarte. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Wide receivers everywhere on 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Working that left side. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. They'll go back to the ground. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Caught behind the line. It's Tamatova. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Mississippi State right back to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day.
Oh, he's got some space. If they're going to keep covering him like that, they're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside for the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They'll go to the air. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Mississippi State. A great catch and run for 6.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Wide open downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside.
The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Curry. The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
The Tigers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Got his man. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Quickly out to the tight end. And the Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He got it! They will score! Touchdown, Tigers!
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Grabbed in the middle, it's Cantrell. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him. Getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good...
It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back.
And how about this young fella? He's slinging the pill, man. His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab on the left. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the move from inside his 5. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They didn't, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first
turning it on! And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, and he's been throwing it all over the yard, and he's now over 300 yards on the day. So been a successful day. Now 300 yards. I don't know, Palmer, 300 nowadays, that's like what back in the day for you?
That would have been 500. I would have won the Heisman, maybe. It's a big deal today in college football, no doubt. Listen, he's in a rhythm right now. He's in a groove. We've seen good decision-making. He's been playing on time, and he's been deadly accurate throwing it. And guess what? This game is far from over.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. Got it behind the line. It's Curry. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Going right to work up top. The short hands, it's Amatola. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Mississippi State going up-tempo.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On third down, he drops to throw. Working on the right. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Looking downfield on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Tamatova.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
In the backfield again to make the stop. They keep giving him the ball and keep getting nothing for it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cantrell. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. A little screen to the running back. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22. The Bulldogs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. To the air on first down. He's got it. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Looking to fire. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And that one will give him the lead. That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability, that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive feat.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the big fella.
I tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Off play action. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Bringing the heat. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 40. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds a man on the right. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. Mississippi State right back to the line. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the gun. Give on the inside. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Cantrell. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it first and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. He's looking to throw. Trying to find the end zone. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Power ahead. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. From the gun, wants to pass. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Love the quick decision-making by the quarterback. It's not just who's the open guy and who am I throwing it to. It's also having that clock, David, in your head that says, if no one's open and I'm down near the red zone, I'm taking off now, and I'm using my athleticism, and I'm getting a score.
Yeah, you love the decision-making. I hate the defense. Why are we dropping back so far in the end zone? We got to keep eyes on this QB. We know he can take off. We know he can make plays. The field shrinks, man. You got to expect that's coming. Not very good defense.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Pryor to the 43-yard line, and a first down for this offense.
That's a really nice job hauling that pass in, and you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, they all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field, and that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes at all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, the ball hasn't hit the ground very often for this guy in this game, right? He's even still, after that incompletion, over 80% throwing, which is key. Because last game, he was under 50% on his throws. He went back to work, worked on his fundamentals, and that's really...
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
These are the perfect situations you love to be in. Known passing situations. These are not where the offensive tackles want to be. And when you're on the edge and there's no threat of the run, pin your ears back, get the nice first down sack.
Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. Hits it up for the first down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Makes the grab. It's Pryor. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Completes it in the middle. Brings it into the open. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Flushed out of the pocket. Going right and going deep. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. He'll start this drive firing. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
On the run, it's Curry. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got him. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the 1st down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
Got his man to the left. Running free. Touchdown, Tiger. And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this offense punctuates another drive. And how about the momentum? Palmer, they've got it all. The offense, the defense, playing together. They're on fire right now.
Yeah, I'm really impressed, David, with the resilience of this offense, because not everything was going their way earlier in this game, but they kept their head down. They kept chopping wood. They found a rhythm. And in this 4th quarter, David, they've been unstoppable.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing now.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's just been throwing bullets all over the field.
Caught in the backfield, it's Morton. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Eaton. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And why would you not go back to it? I mean, he's caught everything thrown his way. He's been the focal point of this offense. They need a play late in the football game. They find him again. If I'm this defense, I got to make sure I'm doing everything I can to take him away.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Trying to set up the screen. There he goes. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. Fires to the wideout. With the catch, it's Eaton. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16. This crowd even louder now on second down as they try to hold on. Rushes on him. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Second down coming up. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
One of the things you have to be impressed about this defense is that they've got guys in the back end who can cover man-to-man or zone. That last one gets swatted away. They're in a situation.
A shot toward the end zone, and he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Good fitness to grab it off the deflection. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. The offense just wants to run out the clock in this half. The